get up after each fall, to keep giving our best effort, and to, believe in my dream. If I believe it, if I work towards it, I can do it. There'll be some times when things will not work out, but it's all about the journey. We have to cherish those moments. And when we talk about cherishing and enjoying the journey, it is not just the good parts that we cherish. We also look at those times when we don't want to train in the morning, we don't want to get up, but we push ourselves to do that. Those difficult hours when we are sweating it out in the sporting arena. So it is all about that, because one day we're going to look back and these are the things we are going to remember.
Welcome to the Garm Avatar show. In today's episode, I have with me Shriyanka Sadangi, who is an international rifle shooter and member of the Indian shooting team since 2009. She participates in 10-meter air rifle and 50-meter three-position event. World Cup bronze medalist and national champion in 2022, she has won over 30 international medals for India, few of which being gold and silver medal at the South Asian Games and gold medal at the Junior World Cup, gold and silver medal at the Asian Shooting Championship. She has also represented India at the World Championship 2 times. Thanks for joining me, Shriyanka. It's such a pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you so much, Garima, for inviting me. I really look forward to this interaction with you today.
So, what's been your journey like? Any challenges you faced, and what have been your learnings from your journey?
It's been a beautiful journey for me, and definitely to say it's not been a straight road. There have been lots of ups and downs, and I think that is what is the most important thing about any journey, that we focus on the learnings that we get from that. I started shooting when I was really young as part of a talent hunt scheme by the Indian Army called Mission Olympics Catch Them Young. So, there have been a lot of barriers and a lot of challenges at every level that I've had to face. Initially, it was about managing education with the sport, taking up the sport, and especially coming from middle-class families, you really need to, take the difficult call of deciding whether you want to pursue a sport full-time and do it professionally. So I've had to face all of those challenges, but I'm definitely going to say that sport has taught me so much. Like, I'm the person that I am today because of sports. And it has taught me the value of time. It has taught me discipline. And most importantly, it has taught me to get up after each fall, to keep giving our best effort, and to, believe in my dream. If I believe it, if I work towards it, I can do it.
Fabulous. So, any incident in your life that has changed the way of your thinking? Any, life-changing incident?
There have been a couple of them. In fact, when I think about this, 2 incidents come to my mind. One was in 2012 when I became the Junior World Cup gold medalist. It was in Germany, and that was the first time I was standing on a podium. It was my first international individual medal. So, I was standing on the podium in Germany and seeing the national flag being hoisted and the national anthem being played. I think that is one of the best feelings for any athlete. It gives me goosebumps even when I think about it right now. And to be able to do that, like, I was the one who was doing it. So it made me really, really, look back on the journey that I had, and it made me feel very content with the kind of effort that I have put in, and it made me want to do more. And the second thing, second incident that comes to my mind is definitely, at a time of a phase in my shooting when things weren't going really well, I learned so much about myself in that. I feel there is much more to learn during a difficult phase in life than when things are going great. So, I learned that shooting is a part of my life. I'm so much more than the sport. And more importantly, it made me connect with the enjoyment that I derived from the sport. So, I went back to the basics of the game, and it made me realize that I'm doing it not for the scores. I'm not doing it for the selections in the team. I do it because I love it.
Awesome.
How they say that, whenever you think there are roadblocks and everything, think about the girl. Think about the little girl who started the game, fell in love with it, and never looked back. So it's something like that.
Super, super. So what's the best advice you've ever got?
I think one of the best advices that I got, and something that has stayed with me, is it's all about the journey. As I say, there will be ups and downs. There'll be small milestones that we celebrate. There'll be big achievements that will come. There'll be some times when things will not work out. But it's all about the journey. We have to cherish those moments. And when we talk about cherishing and enjoying the journey, it is not just the good parts that we cherish. We also look at those times when we don't want to train in the morning, we don't want to get up, but we push ourselves to do that. Those difficult hours when we are sweating it out in the sporting arena. So it is all about that, because one day we're going to look back and these are the things we are going to remember. So even today, when we look back on a lot of medals or a lot of important events. In fact, I think when you speak to so many athletes, when they talk about important moments for them in life, it is not just about the medal that they got or the great score that they achieved. It's so much that goes on behind the scenes. So you have to enjoy it, you have to live in the moment, and you have to enjoy the process. I think that is something that I try and do.
That's fabulous. Absolutely, the journey is so important. To enjoy the process. To keep an eye on the goal, but to enjoy the process. That's so important. So, what according to you is the right mindset one ought to have in order to succeed in their lives, career, or any sport?
I think there are a couple of things that we can keep with us when we do, and whatever it may be. It could be any field of our choice, anything that we want to do in life. First and foremost is that you have to be very honest with yourself, honest in your efforts, because you can lie to everyone around you. You can try and convince people around you about what you are doing, but you are very honest with yourself. You know the truth. So if you're honest in your efforts, आप कितना मेहनत कर रहे हो, आप कितनी लगन से कर रहे हो, आप कितना काम कर रहे हो, you have to be honest about that. Secondly, you have to enjoy the process, whatever it is, the good, the bad, the learnings, the great moments, something that gives you a lot of happiness, but you have to enjoy the whole process of it. Because, like I said, it's all about the journey and enjoying the small details, working on yourself. That is very important. And thirdly, I also feel it's very important to work on those aspects of yourself which are under your control. So there may be a lot of things in life which are not under our control, a lot of situations which are not in our hand. But what is in our hand is how we respond to those things, how we react to those things. So work on yourself, work on those things which no one can take away from you. Focusing, and it's very easy in today's time to get distracted by social media, to get distracted by what is happening around us. We often tend to start comparing. And I'm not saying that I don't do it, on a lot of people. Everyone does it at some point or the other. But what we have to realize is that it is your own journey. Everyone has their own timeline. So firstly, do not compare. And secondly, also just focus on working on yourself. Because it's your journey. The more you work on yourself, work on those things which are under your control, you can start controlling the situations around.
Fabulous. I mean, I think very, very well said. To be honest with one's own efforts, with our own self, because we are answerable to ourselves. We can't, I don't think it's a good idea to cheat oneself. So, be honest with one's effort. And then you said enjoy the process, the journey. And thirdly, you talked about, what was the third thing you talked about?
On those things which are under our control and which nothing away from us. Like it's on self-growth that you focus on.
Absolutely. Things that are under our control, I think we must definitely work towards it. So what's your message, any inspiring message that you like to, give to the upcoming young athletes and the audience?
I'd like to tell you all, no matter what you choose to do, no matter what you're doing in life, a couple of things. One is enjoy whatever you're doing, because live in the present, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the process of it. Secondly, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself if it makes sense to you. If you dream of something, if you really want to do something, you are the one who has to believe in it. And there will be days when, you may feel like your belief is a little shaky, but the core of it, your core should believe in the cause. So you should definitely go for it and do it. There's nothing that you can't do. Like, a person can be whatever they want to be. So you just have to believe that. And secondly, I feel it's also very important for us to just be kind to everyone around us. Like in the process of it, in the journey of it, try and make as much positive changes or try and have as much positive impact as you can have around. It doesn't have to be big things. Often we talk about people doing उसने तो इतना बड़ा कुछ कर लिया या कुछ बड़ा करने के लिए हमें बहुत पैसे चाहिए या कुछ करना है. But I think those small gestures, little something. A lot of times what I also do is these couple of days, there are times when you actually think about your day and something very trivial and tiny which you did for somebody just out of the blue brings a smile to your face. So I think we also ought to try and be as kind to people as possible.
Absolutely, generosity always go so far. So let's come to the rapid fire questions now, Shriyanka. So these are short, like 1 or 2 line answers. Yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you keep yourself motivated?
So, like I said, I try and focus on the part where what I like about the sport. I try and focus on myself. I try setting goals. There are, of course, days when I just don't feel, like very energetic or I don't feel like it. But the goal is to get myself there, to remember why I'm doing it and just push myself to go there. And it's, like listen to myself and push myself, believe in myself, and it helps me.
Super. Best thing about shooting?
I think shooting is one of those sports which helps you connect with yourself so much. It is a very cool looking sport because we have all the gears and there's the rifle, ammunition and everything. But if, like Abhinav Bindra said, that if meditation was a sport, it would be shooting.
Awesome.
Because you're so connected with yourself, you have to be so focused. So I think that is something I love about it because it just makes me connect with myself so much at such a deeper level.
Awesome. So how to stay confident?
I think staying confident is about being authentic. You can be confident about something that you are very sure about, right?
Yeah.
Confidence comes from believing in something, then you're confident about it. So I think be original, be authentic, because everybody is unique. You got to be you and you will be confident.
Best shooting memory?
My best shooting memory would be the 2012 gold medal, because it was my first individual gold, and that tricolor moment, flag being hoisted, I think that has been one of the best so far.
Best nutrition advice?
Keep it balanced. Do not go on any extreme diets. You don't have to do something which you cannot do and carry on for a long period of time. So nutrition has to be about trying and inculcating it into your lifestyle.
Awesome. Best exercise for mental training and mental fitness?
I think small bits of meditation help a lot. So I try to practice that, say 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. And what also helps is visualization, which works a lot for me.
Your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is by Marian, which says, "You are powerful beyond measure." So I feel that it's a beautiful quote because it just tells how powerful we all are as individuals. And in fact, it's a long quote, but it goes on to say that you need to shine so that when you shine, you can actually motivate others also to shine. So it's something that focus on yourself, work on yourself, because you are powerful beyond measure. And when you do that, you tend to empower people around you as well.
Super, super. Your role model and why?
I have a couple of people that there's no individual person as such, but there are a lot of qualities of people that I really admire and I try and learn from them. And some within the sport itself, I'd say Gagan Narang, he is very, very mentally strong. So, his mental strength is something that I admire. Abhinav Bindra is a perfectionist. He's so meticulous about the preparation. His process of shooting was meticulous, so that. And also I'm very inspired by Colonel Rajavardhan Rathore because I just really admire his personality. He's very confident, the way he carries himself. I think that's fantastic.
Awesome. Documentary film that inspired you the most?
It's not a documentary film, but I'm an army kid. So this is one movie that I really keep seeing once in a while when I need the motivation. It's Lakshya. And a lot of times, in fact, when I go to the gym and I don't feel like working out or I don't want to go for a run, I just put my headphones on and I put the songs of that movie and then I just do it. So I think that's a movie which really inspires me.
What's your biggest dream?
I want to be one of the greatest shooters of all time. So, it's not just about the medals or the scores, but I want to be so good at the sport and, actually be a great shooter.
Super. Most embarrassing moment?
Oh, I think there would be no. But I think one of the ones that I can think on the top of my head would be, we were traveling for one of the competitions, and suddenly we were in a tunnel, and as I was a young shooter, part of the junior team that time, and typically when the light goes off, everyone just starts shouting and hooting and hoo-ha and all of that, and suddenly the lights came on, and then I was the only one who was shouting, and everyone just turned at me, and I was like, oh my god, I was quiet.
That's so sweet. Okay, proudest accomplishment so far?
One of the, if I think about it, was last year in Cairo during the World Cup. I got the bronze medal there, and it was a mixed team event that was going on. And the weather condition that day was extremely tough. So, there was a dust storm happening, and there was a lot of wind, a lot of dust. So, on 50 meters, I was able to shoot very well despite that, keep my calm, and actually, in the difficult situation, shoot a very good standing series. So I think that that part of the shooting that I did, because in the difficult situation, staying calm, following my technique, focusing on my technique and not the results, that was something that I'm happy about. When I look back, it actually makes me feel good about that moment.
Super. And with this, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Shriyanka, for joining me in this amazing session.
Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful interacting with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for listening to today's episode with your host Garima Aftar. See you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.